Hello.
We are doing a pickup video from today's Toyman Toy Show finds. It was in St. Louis.
Yep, the September 30th show. So, pretty good show.
Definitely.
It was huge. What'd they say, 200 tables?
200 plus tables.
Yeah, we talked to Chris. He said it was huge. They almost ran out of tables at the machinist hall.
Yep.
But they had people in the hallway. They had people in the main room full. It was awesome. They had a new group upstairs that were doing more video game stuff than I've seen before.
They got a really neat stage area. They had shelves set up with all sorts of Atari and Pokemon stuff. That was cool. They had guests this time. Chris is really trying to make a point of getting guests there. So they had Zod there, the zombie something.
Zombie Defense Squad or something like that.
Well, no, it's Zod, Z-O-D. I don't know what it stands for.
Zombie Outbreak Defense, maybe?
Something like that. They had our local chapter, the Ghostbusters, which in, I think, December,
I think it's November, they're doing Ectocon, the first Ghostbusters-based...
November 30th and December 2nd. They're having an Ectocon in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, we talked to one of the girls at the booth. Well, you didn't. Me and a friend did. And she said they were going to have 4 rooms of programming. They were going to have prop making classes and seminars and costume making classes and then some other stuff.
Were they having any guest speakers or guests of honor?
It was a $40 admission that also includes a day's admission to the City Museum.
Really?
Yeah, plus the programming block there at the hotel.
Wow, so it's $40 to get in?
Yeah, but you get the City Museum as part of it. And then whatever they're doing for the day and stuff.
Wow. Are they having any special guests?
Not that she said, but she was just mostly going over what they were doing. I think it's the first Ectocon, so they're kind of still learning.
Well, I'll make sure when we get the video up, we put a link to the website on our Facebook page so you guys can check it out in Toyman also.
Yeah.
And everybody else that we're going to kind of include in the video today, I'll make sure I get links up on our Facebook page.
Yep. And then, of course, there were 3 or 4 people from the local 501st chapter out there.
Yes.
So we had a
stormtrooper.
Well, I think we had a regular stormtrooper, a sand trooper, and I think an Imperial officer I saw in an R2 unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Which one was the one in the black? Was that the Imperial?
That's the officer, yeah.
Okay. I was pretty sure.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. They're usually there weather permitting because, they don't want to fry to death in the armor and whatnot. So I can understand them not coming out and, blazing heat. Although white armor would reflect pretty well.
And then there was a couple guests. There was, I cannot remember his name, but he wrote, he was a designer for a comic book, like an artist for a comic book. And there was the guy that wrote the Rally Squirrel book, if anybody follows sports with Cardinals and Rally Squirrel. I don't know, I don't do sports, Rally Squirrel. And then there was another artist, which I actually bought one of her works. I'll show you guys later, and I'll put a link to her. Or no, I don't know if she had a website, but I'll put her information up. Right. She did really cool custom art, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, so we're doing another video showing off what we got. It was an incredibly good day for cheap Transformers.
Yes, it was.
Wow. I have 10 different things to show you. They're all, except for one thing, Transformers. And almost all of them were $5 or less. And only 2 were $20.
Yeah, which the 2 that were $20 were a good price for what they were.
Actually, I paid $7 for one, but... All in all, obscenely good. I mean, admittedly, you have to be okay with maybe not getting their missiles or maybe not getting a gun or something like that. But it depends on your level and the character and whether you're okay with that. But if you are, buying a $5 Transformer and then spending $10 or $15 on eBay to get missiles for a normally $50 Transformer ain't too bad. And
that's only if you're a completionist and want to pay for the missiles. I mean...
Yeah.
Personally, and this is even my stuff, if it's up on the shelf, you can't tell if it's got a missile. That's just me, though.
I'm not really a completionist that way. I don't have to have every toy in a line, and I don't have to have all the pieces for the toy.
Yeah.
As long as the main parts are there that let it form a vehicle or not, that's usually all I'm concerned about. Does it have 2 arms? Okay, then we're usually good.
And
guns are pretty nice to have. I like to have the guns.
You prefer having it at the head, also.
Yeah, the head is important.
Because you've got a couple that are like, this is perfect, and they have it, they sell it in car mode or whatever, and then you get home and he ain't got a head.
Yeah. Or I'll talk about it later when we get into it. So,
yes.
Should we start showing stuff off? Or?
Sure. Go for it.
Okay. Well, as soon as I walked in the door, we were first booth, second booth, table we went to, I guess.
Like the first one in, because it's weird because you go in and there's like the table you pay, and then you go down a hallway, and they have like a barrier so you can't cross, and they got people down one lane, you loop and you come down the other way, so it kind of does a little loopy thing. Mm-hmm. So you kind of hit tables on one side, you loop, and there's people on the other side. So it's like the second table in when you first go in the area.
So we go in, and it's kind of the neat thing about Toy Fair is that Toyman, sorry, the Toy Fair. The good thing about the Toyman Toy Fair, sorry, is that the dealers are pretty cool about stuff. So like, you know, if they don't know what it is and it's just on their table, if you happen to stop by and go, oh my god, this is blah blah blah, they're usually just thrilled that somebody knows what it is, and they'll either cut you a deal or say, here, take it, it's broke, I don't even know what it is, you know, that sort of thing.
Because they're like, somebody gave this to us.
I don't know what it is. So these were pretty much my first find of the day, and they were 25 cents, but they're not complete, so it works out. But I stopped, and I was like, oh my god, star ears. I've not seen star ears at Toyman in a while. So they're not complete. You see, I got him. He's got little buzz saws. And then this one I think is a star ear, but it's like from a McDonald's Happy Meal or something, because it doesn't have the little gears in it to make or a weapon. But it was 25 cents for both. I thought, well, you know, why not? I had star ears as a kid. On occasion, I find a bin and there's a leg or an arm or something, so I might be able to complete a full star ear.
I'm not sure. It doesn't say McDonald's on the back, and usually the older McDonald's toy said it, and it just says Tomy Japan.
Yeah,
I don't know. So it may not actually be a McDonald's toy.
Maybe, but almost all the ones that size have the stuff in the chest. So, I mean, I've still got the star ears base. It's actually up there. I might pull it down for a video or something.
We might yank it down at the end of the video, so I don't.
And I have one surviving star ear that's mostly complete, and that's, I think, Backfire was his name.
Oh, he's gonna fall apart if I grab him. Never mind.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do a review on them, because I used to have quite a few star ears, but only one and a few pieces have survived the ages.
Which I have to say, this is something that I really like about Toyman, is if you've got something on the table, the people are like, oh, do you know what that is? We'll just sell it for whatever you're going to. They're like, oh, you know what this is? Let's see what we can get out of you. You know, they're very good about that.
Usually, if they have no clue what it is, and you stop and you actually tell them what it is, and I mean, don't like, oh, well, you idiot, you don't know what this is. Of course, this is a blah, blah, blah. You know, if you just go up there, oh, yeah, this is this. It was in this toy line. It was pretty cool. Then usually they're like, oh, cool, you know what it is. Here, you know, I'll take $5 off what I was asking. You want it? You know?
Because, wow, somebody knew what it was. I mean, that's kind of that's what I really like about the show. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's the people you're going to like and not like, but for the most part, they're all like that. They're pretty awesome.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. So
go ahead and do another one. You got more than I do.
Yeah, I guess I'm ahead. So
you kind of had the better haul today.
Gosh, what was the next thing I got? I guess it was probably this one. This was $7. It was in a bag, and at first I thought it was broke, but after I kind of got it out and kind of looked at it, it's got the instructions.
And the card.
But it's Transformers Universe Silver Streak. So I paid $7 for him. He's pretty much in a good condition. I had to pop the door and kind of the fender thing back on because they were just on a ball joint. And his paint's a little scuffed.
But not enough that you're not going to tell on the shelf.
From what I can tell, you know, he's complete otherwise. He doesn't have any guns or shoulder missiles or anything like that. So, you know, it's like I said, you have to, depends on your level of completeness with Transformers. But I love Blue Streak / Silver Streak, so yeah, any chance I get to get one, I'm kind of happy. Kind of like last time I was talking about the Alternator Silver Streak, which is over here, which I picked up, which I love. That's just an awesome mold. I need to do a review on that as well.
Yeah, I like him. I don't like his feet. His feet are weird to me, but that's just me.
Kind of gets me into alternators, which I always skip in the past, like I had mentioned. But I found another alternator today for obscenely cheap, so
you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm starting. They're sucking me in.
They are.
So you want to do one, or should I do another one?
I'm going to do my first purchase of the day. This is a knockoff Power Ranger, or Sentai, I should say. Which way? Their way. As you can see, I mean, I'll admit it, it's a knockoff, but it's a one that I'm never going to be able to find around here, you know. They're never going to import this to the States. It's from Jetman, which is one of the
early 80s?
Yeah, I don't remember, honestly.
70s, something like that.
Something.
But yeah.
You're never going to find it. So I was really excited to see even the knockoff. And I want to say he was like $12. Which even for a knockoff is not bad. And honestly, the import knockoffs are usually better quality than American knockoffs. It seems like.
Yeah.
Not completely, but...
Depending on who's making them.
Yeah, but I've gotten you a couple...
Our cat.
One of
Guest
our cats.
star. She was stepping on a box.
And just for the geeks in you, her name is Alia, which... Hey, if somebody out there can tell us what that's from, tell us what she's named after. It's Alia, A-L-I-A.
Yep.
So, that'd be kind of cool to see if somebody knows what that's from.
Alright, so...
Your turn.
My turn again, huh?
Your turn again. You kind of got two... We kind of got to do 2 to 1 here.
Okay. Alright, well here is one I picked up. I never originally actually got this. But there is Transformers Armada Galvatron.
That dealer was awesome because it's listed at $15 and we got it for $5.
Yeah. Unless he drew a line up there. But yeah, this was $5. Which I thought was good. I never got Megatron. Oh, he's missing a door there.
Oh.
But other than that, it's not too bad.
Eh.
But you know what? I got Tidal Wave. Now they can combine.
They combine?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It kind of jumps onto him as like giant armor. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Giant armor. Kind of like Fairy Optimus Prime.
No, it's kind of weirder than that. It's like one bolt plugs onto each arm, and it's kind of goofy.
Fairy Optimus Prime, I call it that because it's that big
It's the Ultimate Optimus that came out
with
a while
Jetfire,
ago.
I think. And
The trailer turns into this big exoskeleton, but when you look at it, it looks like he's got the little fairy wings.
Because it's like the trailer spits into 4, so you get 2 off the top and 2 off the bottom.
And a set.
It looks like little wings.
She thinks it's like a little fairy.
Sorry, I know.
So me again, or
yeah, I'll go. So I got this guy for $5. I got a Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know if he works. I don't have any batteries to stick in him. He's actually in pretty good shape. He's got the cassette in him, which I was surprised. The guy said he had the cassette.
I would kind of expect him to work. He looks so clean.
He does.
Look, there was a name or something written in there.
Well, these were weird because they would just stop working for no good reason. Like, you had to clean them or, But there's another guy on YouTube, Duvall. Is that which one it is?
Duvall, yeah, he's with Toy World Order.
Toy World Order. He had a whole show, because he collects these also, where he talked about how to strip them down and clean the fur, restuff them, and clean the parts and make them work and stuff. So I'm kind of thinking if he doesn't work, even if he does, for $5, I think I might try and strip him down and see if I can clean him up, restore him a little bit. Because, for $5, the worst I got to do is stitch him back together, and he still doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I would love to have the Caterpillar dude, or whatever it was, worm, but I'll take Teddy Ruxpin. Mine died a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm going to attempt to fix up the creepy teddy bear talking robot. Your turn.
Wait, my turn. So, we bought a few things, and we ended up going back out to the car and then coming back in. And I think sometimes the vendors will hide stuff, and then as stuff sells, they'll put different stuff up. So if you're there early in the morning and then you're there later on, there could be different stock out.
Or you're so overwhelmed you don't notice it.
That too.
I've done that a few times.
So I went up to this booth right up front in the hallway, and I got 2 things for $13. I got this little baggie, which I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but that is the Aerial Bot Micromaster Combiner, which I had looked at the import, because you remember last Toyman, I bought the Micromaster oversized train knockoff for a 6-liner, I think it was. Well, now the one guy had imports, and he had these oversized, and I almost bought it, but I decided not to wait. And then looking around, I actually ran into the legitimate Micromaster Combiner itself.
Yeah, and the instructions are with it.
Really? All of them, or just one? And so now I have Micromaster Superion. And
apparently it's just for Stormjet.
And if you look at the price on there, it was $5. So I got the Micromaster Combiner Superion for $5.
Is there supposed to only be 3? Or is there 4? I'm missing
Should
something.
Be 5 or 6.
Oh, am I missing something?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm probably being blind. I'm not.
Well, you know what? If all the jets aren't there, that's okay. Then at least I've got all the parts.
Yeah, and the shell is probably harder to find than.
Could be.
Okay, still a good
But
deal.
still, $5 isn't bad.
No.
And then actually I got that for $13 in combination with Alternity Sunstreaker. So, who I don't think is quite as good just looking at them as Silver Streak is. But still really cool to find. And for $13 I didn't think they were both so bad.
I think that's the good price.
I may have to do an Alternity special.
I took one look at that and went, why did you buy a Bumblebee? You know, just out of the corner of your eye, nobody wants a Bumblebee.
No, I wasn't a Bumblebee.
Which I'll admit, I got the big one that kind of makes noise when you touch it, but that thing is pain.
Yeah.
For the price, it was already falling apart, and I only transformed it a few times. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, the Ultimate Bumblebee,
Someday I might do a video on that if I can remember how to transform it and keep it in one piece long enough to get it transformed.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to do... It is the Green Dragon Zord, which, okay, yes, he's missing pieces, but I have some of the pieces from my old original one that I don't know what happened to it. And he's not in bad shape, he's dirty.
Yeah, so luckily she has the center chest piece that plugs in, so now she's got the shell and the rest of it.
Yeah. And he's kind of loose, but he still comes apart to form everything, which I thought was a good deal. And there's some people that have stuff, Christ, crazy there. Like, there's a Saba. My Saba, admittedly, don't work, but they had one there for $50. I'm like, you people are crazy.
Open, out of the package, I think played with.
Yeah, I'm like, you are nuts. But I was
Which I don't know, maybe Saba goes for $200 and it was reasonable. I don't know, I've never priced it.
I'm not getting rid of mine, I never looked. But I was pretty happy with him.
Let's see, what should I do next? Oh, here, this one was interesting.
Yes, this was weird.
This was a guy who either, I guess I spent, what, $25?
Yes.
Did not know what he had or...
Didn't care.
Knew what he had but didn't know Transformers enough to really care about what he had. But he had...
Artwork is neat on that. Sorry.
Generation 1 Thundercracker. If you notice, he has his fists. In the bag. Wings. He had his wings.
Look, that's...
But the funny thing is we looked at it and we didn't see one of the wings. And he's like, well, maybe it's in the box. I've got his box. So then he gives me the box. Okay, so if you notice there, that is Autobot Red Alert, not Thundercracker. So then we pointed that out and he's like, oh, my goodness, I thought this was, you know, him. So he said, you know, he would give me like the box, Thundercracker, for like, I think he said 20 or 25.
Yeah, something like that. Now, the other weird part is all the bits in here, like, here's the instructions to Red Alert. Now,
yeah, so I decided to buy it because of a few things that it came with here. There are the guns for Thundercracker on the sprue.
These are for Jazz. Look, there's the instructions for Jazz.
Oh.
Apparently, these on the sprue are for Jazz. G1
there's
Jazz.
G1 Jazz's instructions, 2 missiles on the sprue. There's a couple other missiles on the sprue.
And
there are guns for Red Alert that look brand new. Or maybe Jazz and Red Alert.
There's a sticker sheet still unused to, I don't know who, but there's an unused sticker sheet.
I'm not sure either. Jazz, maybe?
Yeah, it might be Jazz.
So, yeah, you know, product catalogs.
Product catalogs.
He just threw in there. I mean, probably if you really tried to sell these separately.
I mean, $20 was a good deal.
And I mean, this is original launch lineup here. You know, this is the, you know, there's the original Megatron Optimus. So.
Yeah, see? I mean, it's actually really cool.
So, like, parted out.
I'll try and get some pictures up. This is kind of neat, too. It's like a little order catalog. And look, there's that red car. Remember, we didn't know who he was? He's a Transformer.
Yeah, so...
It was $20, not necessarily worth the toy, but worth the other pieces.
No, Thundercracker might be worth it. He's loose. His head won't stay up.
So if anybody out there knows how to tighten a G1 toy, let us know, because I don't know.
But Thundercracker is the only G1 jet I never actually owned. I never owned the G1 version, so I've got, you know, like the Dark of the Moon one or whatever, or the whatever that last one was, and I've got the Masterpiece now, but I never had G1, so it's really cool.
And there's the instructions for Thundercracker.
Yeah, and there's Thundercracker's instructions. So
so that's his missiles on the sprue. One set of missiles, so he's missing a different set of missiles.
Yeah, he had the missiles and the guns, and I thought I saw one of the missiles in the package.
There's one.
So it's almost a complete G1 Thundercracker, and then all these guns and pieces for other Transformers. So I was like, yay. I thought it was worth the $20-25. Hopefully, that's kind of the thing with Toyman. I don't memorize every manual to know exactly what I'm after for everything, but it was good to get a Thundercracker. I mean, he is, other than his head being really loose.
So these sticker sheets are for Red Alert, who was in the box. That was not in the box, but it's Red Alert's box.
Yeah.
Because I got his instruction book and it shows the sticker sheet on there. Sticker sheet.
Other than Thundercracker's head being really loose and some of the labels having a little bit of wear on them, he is obscenely clean. I mean,
yeah, he is.
I mean, it may not show on there, but he's clean. He doesn't even look really played with. But if you can see, the head won't even stay up. So what I have to do is somehow figure out a way to tighten this up. And I don't know if I'll have to do...
The box,
oh, you know what? That won't be too bad.
The box is a little worse for wear.
There's one screw right there that holds on the piece that goes over. So probably take that off and a little fingernail polish.
I mean, the box is a little worse for wear, but it's not even his box. So I'm not even sure you have the robot that goes in this, do you? Do you even have Red Alert? Mm-mm. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I haven't really done a whole lot of Transformer repair yet, but I can start with Thundercracker, and all he really needs to do is be able to hold his head up, and that can't be that hard. And then
those are the famous last words.
Yeah.
That's I don't care if it's house repair or toy repair. This is easy.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right. So we kind of need to move up.
Yep. Put your other little bits in there. This is just kind of silly. I got these as for my mom for a Christmas present. They are Hot Wheels Angry Birds, because she collects Hot Wheels and she likes Angry Birds. So I'm like, $2 a piece. She will adore these.
Match made in heaven.
It's perfect for her. Then I'm going to go ahead and do one more thing here before you switch back. This is Laserdisc of War of the Worlds, which I thought was pretty cool. We found it's in really good shape. It'll be interesting to see kind of more of an original cut than the newer ones on DVD.
And I have to say, I don't think we've ever really seen Laserdiscs at the fair. Today there was a lot of movies, Laserdiscs, kind of neat stuff coming up.
Missed a wing.
Ah.
Yeah, we've actually come across, they had a bunch of Laserdiscs, but the only one worth getting was War of the Worlds. And I will admit it, until I married him, I didn't even know what a Laserdisc was. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's a giant, why is the record shiny? He's like, it's a movie, you dork. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, but, Laserdiscs they've been eclipsed by DVDs, sure, but a lot of movies came out on Laserdisc with, like, their original theatrical cut or extended cut that have not come out on DVD.
Well, then, of course, he tells me about it, so I have to research it. And it's weird, because over in Europe and Asia, they lasted longer, so you can get Lord of the Rings on Laserdisc. Which boggles my brain on some level. I don't know why.
Yeah, but it's like the Star Wars, the original trilogy, uncut, before all the special edition stuff, Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Dune.
Dune's the one I hear.
The full 4-hour cut Laserdisc.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it if you can find a working Laserdisc player and find Laserdiscs.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Next.
Do that one.
So, these two I found in the $5 bin. There's a guy there that sells Transformers. He's usually in the middle. He sells a lot of imports and stuff. And for the life of me, his name's escaping me.
And we don't have his card. We didn't get a business card.
Yeah, but he's usually there. His wife is like helping sometimes. This time he had a different guy there.
We'll try and get his information for next time.
And really good guy though. Tall, he's got a beard. Really nice. Goes out of his way to say hi, whether we're at his booth or he's out shopping. Because you do that at the fair.
You get used to each other. You really do. Even if you're only there a couple times. They're like,
oh, yeah. They start remembering you and stuff. But anyway, it was his $5 bins because it was towards the end of the show and I didn't have a whole lot left. So I got Star Wars, Crossovers, Emperor Palpatine. He's actually complete. He's got his stuff in the baggie. If he had a lightsaber, that's probably not here. But otherwise, it's everything. And it was $5 in the bin.
Sorry, $5. I didn't know that made noise.
So I thought that was pretty good. And then also in the bin, I found Transformers Animated Leader Class Bulkhead.
Which
$5.
Which apparently he makes noise. Which I didn't know.
Sorry, my bad.
3 different ones apparently.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
he was $5 as well. Evidently because he was open and played with, but because he doesn't come with any of his accessories. So
Which is,
you know, there's no missiles or guns or anything like that come with them. But
that's
other
okay.
than that, you know,
You cannot beat $5 for a Transformer that size. I don't care if he's complete or not.
leader class. So
Yeah. That's the $25 ones, right?
no, they're
$20.
the 50.
50? Oh.
Usually 45, 50. So yeah, $5 bin. Can't complain.
No. Not at all.
Interesting characters. That was another $10 fine for 2 Transformers.
Picked up also for the NES, a little joystick thing I wanted because I love the NES and I think it'd be useful. The only thing is it's got, like, the handle broke and they re-glued the handle back on and it's missing. It's apparently got a little knobby.
Mm-hmm.
But it was $3. You know?
Yeah, see, I forgot about that.
Even if that pops back off, I can glue it back on. But this is heavy. It's that metal on the bottom. I was not expecting that when I picked it up. I'm like, damn.
Well, the funny thing is, too, is I think there were 2. There was a shorter one and a taller one. So, like, this is just a screw. The knob could just screw onto the shorter one.
Oh.
Or you could have a longer stick.
I didn't know that. But, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one I forgot to mention. When I bought the other 2 out of the $5 bin, he gave me this one for free because it's missing that piece. I think it's a Rodimus of some type, which, you know, it's free, so I won't turn it down.
You might not look too bad in
I don't
robot
know.
mode.
I don't think he's broken.
No, it doesn't look broken.
Because it doesn't look broken, but I don't know how easy, you know, I try not to buy Transformers that are missing parts anymore. Well, you know, like parts that make the car or limb or whatnot, because it seems to be impossible to find them.
It's not worth scouring eBay.
I mean, G1, you can kind of find parts pretty easily if you want to pay through the nose, but anything newer than that is like...
Yeah, because, like, my last toy show, this was my big find, was Wreck-Gar. But he's missing his... axe and something else, I think. But I'm not going to pay for it on eBay.
Yep.
Because you just
So I'm
won't.
down to my last 2. How about you?
I have technically only got one more thing. So why don't you do that and then well, yeah.
Alright, so this was the next to last thing I bought. And I'll have to play with them a little bit to figure them out. But Transmetals, Beast Wars. I'm pretty sure this is Rampage. He
Huge,
turns
whatever he
into
is.
Crab to... Well, I can't remember if he was an Ultra Class. It was like, I think he's Crab to Tank Thing to Robot. If I remember right in the show, he was like kind of psychopathic.
Yeah, he was a nutsy one.
So, picked him up. This was probably just about my single most expensive toy, I think, because this was $20. It was $25, but I was like, oh, I don't know. And the guy's like, well, how about $25? It's like,
and the guy
or how about $20? I'm like, okay.
The guy is super nice. His shop, I don't think he has a shop. He has an online store, and he goes to the Toyman, another one. His is called Toys of Our Youth. And he has a Facebook page as well as a website, and I'll put all that information up on our Facebook page when I get this video up.
Yep.
He is really cool. He's got an email address, a phone number. If you tell him I'm looking for this, he will find it, and he'll usually go, okay, it's $5, you know, or it's $25. I'll take $5 off. You know, I don't want to take it home. Mm-hmm. He's really cool about that.
Yeah, he was another one of those that gave us a good deal on something too, because we were selling at one of the toy shows. Mm-hmm. And he had Exo Squad figures, and he didn't know what they were. And somebody stopped by his booth, because we were right next to him, mm-hmm. and asked him what they were, and he's like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, those are Exo Squad. You know, because you're the little figures, and they plug in, had like the Neuralink, and then they drive the mechs and fight and stuff. And he thought that was really cool, and we didn't want the Exo Squad stuff, but he gave us a really good deal on something later on for helping.
I bought a tour for the original Power Rangers, the Carrier Zord that was the turtle. I have it in box with pieces with the stickers, and it's got the styrofoam, and I think the only thing it was missing was
it's missing some of the chrome pieces,
yeah.
But you actually still had the sprue with those on it from your original. Yeah. For some reason, as a kid, she never put it on and somehow kept the sprue. So we actually have a complete tour.
So, but he gave it to me for like $20 or $15 or something because we helped him out making a sale, which I thought was awesome.
Yep. But Rampage is good. He appears to be complete. He's just He's got one missile instead of 3 on his little Gatling gun.
Oh, and he has his head, right? We're good. Remember his
I
head?
thought I saw it. Yeah, it's down under there.
Okay.
So, I'm down to one thing.
I'm down to one thing. I will go ahead and do my thing last.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning, he's taken to having guests at the show, which I think is really awesome that he wants to have like guests to kind of, you know, make it different or get people in. And there was this lady there, and her name was Jennifer Menino. I'm sorry, I'm kind of...
Menino.
Menino. Yeah. That's her business card. I'll put the information up. But she does awesome artwork. There's a rainbow dash. She drew that in about 10 minutes when I was waiting on her. She was going to do me a Nightmare Moon, but I couldn't find a picture for her to go off of. And then she had this one, which is a
RC.
Yeah, RC. Sorry, I started to say Alita 1. I'm like, that ain't right.
No, that's okay. The camera does that to you.
But I thought it was really cool. I mean, like, he pointed out the head's a little different from the body.
Well, it's like a G1 head and like a motorcycle-y...
But she did admit that was her first attempt at actually drawing a robot. So this was like one of her first, you know, this is like the only robot she had.
Horrible, her first attempt.
Her first attempt at a robot.
And it looks like a robot. That's way better than I could do.
But she was really cool. She had a bunch of My Little Pony stuff. She had custom ones. Like she had My Little Ponies drawn as the lanterns. So she had each one as a different lantern. And
yeah, well, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. The Green
Yellow
Lanterns.
lanterns,
And Red Lanterns. And I'm going to have her do me one of the Power Ranger. I really want one of the Power Ranger ponies.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to be at the December show. But I'll make sure I get her information up too. She was super nice. Apparently, she was telling me they're going to come out with a My Little Ponies Friendship is Magic comic from IDW. And she's going to try and submit her artwork to see if she could get any of her artwork in there. And she's trying to really get going. So I'll make sure I get her stuff up. But she is really cool. And she's not expensive. Drawn in right there was $5. If you wanted black and white, it was $2. And I think this was 20 or 15 because it was bigger, but I like the artwork, so I'm like, that's cool with me. And it's signed and everything, so you can say when she gets famous, I got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was my last thing. I think I had a pretty good haul. Not as much, but you got one more thing.
You go in there, $50, and you shop and you look and you find deals. And, you know, I mean, nothing here I think I have is a Transformer that's, like, broken, really, or...
But it's not complete.
Missing arms or anything like that. So, I mean, you know, like I said at the beginning, it really depends, you know, are you comfortable with no gun or gun but no missile, that sort of thing. So, my last one is...
This was funny.
Transformers Cybertron, I believe Jetfire.
Which was funny, because we were getting ready to leave. It was the last table we looked at, and I was like, what you looking at? And he's like, do you think this is one of them? The guy had a sign that said Power Ranger Toys, $2.
Yeah, and he had this one sitting there, and I'm pretty sure he had Transformers, Cybertron, and you'll have to forgive me, because it's been a while since I've seen the show, but if you remember right, they go to, like, Speed Planet, and there was, like, Ransack, the little, like, Tron-looking motorcycle guy, and then there's a bigger guy that was his partner that turned into, like, a dragster kind of thing. I think it was him. In, like, black and purple, so it might have been a repaint.
Yeah.
And it said Power Ranger toys, $2 each. So I asked him, I was like, is this one of the Power Ranger toys? He's like, yep. So it's $2? $2. Awesome. So got him for $2, which is funny. This is the second one I bought at Toy Fair. Or Toyman. I don't know why I keep calling it Toy Fair today.
Because it's the Toyman Toy Fair, probably.
But
the
funny thing is, the last one I bought, I didn't transform it. It was in plane mode. And with this toy, you know, the head just kind of lays down in there. So I got him home, and I'm like, oh, cool. I always kind of wanted the Jetfire, so pull his head up. The face part is gone. It's just the back of the head in there. So it's this weird faceless zombie.
Yeah, it was a little
robot.
disturbing.
It was kind of creepy. It kind of surprised me, but
it's kind of disturbing.
But yeah, $2 can't complain. He appears to be complete because I think his weapons were on his back. So, although I could be wrong, is that the right head or is this a redo later on? Because I thought he did not have all that white on his head. But it appears to fit correctly on the ball joint, so I'm assuming it is correct.
I don't know. His mask is a different color. His little face is a different color than the rest of the plane, so who knows. But he's got a head.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But still, it was pretty good. See, because I thought mine was all green, so I'm wondering if there was like a little redo later on.
There might have been.
Or he got reformatted or rebuilt or something. But
There might have been.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was my last thing. All in all, I thought it was pretty good. We took a friend today who hadn't been before.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He had a blast, so we're probably not going to be able to make it to
the November show.
But we're going to try and be there in December.
We're going to be definitely, looks like, in December, which is pretty cool. We should actually be able to, we forgot the camera, so next time when we go, we're going to actually have footage of the show next time and be able to do like a little interview with the guy that runs it, which is pretty cool. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. So we'll have all that to look forward to in December sometime.
I don't remember which weekend it is, honestly. I don't remember. But if you look up Toyman Toy Show on Facebook, everything's on there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you'll put all the links there.
Yeah, I'll put all the links up when I get this video up. I guess I could put it at the bottom of YouTube, but if you're like us, we watch YouTube through the PS3 or we watch on our Roku box, so you never see the links.
Yeah.
So
people just say do this or do that, and
I couldn't tell you last time I watched a YouTube video on the actual web page. I usually watch it on the TV.
I know, we're so crazy like that, aren't we?
Yes. Are you crazy? You're ahead of our time.
I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. Or probably YouTube would call it annoying because they don't get their ad revenue. But you know, what can you do?
Yep.
But yeah, you transformed. Pretty cool. So finally I've made up for Zombie Jetfire. Or Zombifire.
Hey, it actually makes a plane.
Yeah. I thought he was a cool little design, like a little cargo plane.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I think that covers everything from the Toy Fair. Toyman Toy Fair. It was awesome. It was fun. Makes your feet hurt running around looking at everything 3 times.
Because we said we would get it down, I'm going to grab... Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break.
Oh, it's okay. It just... See? It's just this front part comes off. And it's spring-loaded, so it shoots off.
Yes, that's what killed one of your Transformers, wasn't it?
A Starrier did, but... See, and there's my last surviving Starrier backfire.
Is that a bug? No, it's a car.
Yeah, kind of a bug-looking car. He was always my favorite character, so somehow he managed to survive, but... The thing's beat to pieces because it was covered in decals that are no longer in existence. But you can see the glue and junk on it that shows them there, but... Maybe someday we'll look at it too.
Yep.
But I think other than that, we're done, aren't we?
Yep, we're good.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. We'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
Thank you.
Let us know what you think, and we'll keep getting stuff out there. We'll get the links up at the Facebook page.
Yep. And this video, I'm just going to mention, we shot on the video camera,
Yes.
where to us it looks like we're this far apart on the screen. The other one we shot on the webcam of a laptop, and it felt like it was just wider open. So just kind of give us an idea which one you prefer. You know, is this one okay, or would you prefer us to do this kind of blog thing from the webcam?
And also, if you're not on Facebook and you want the links, just send us a message or make a comment on the video, and I'll make sure I put it up.
Or we'll make sure we put them on YouTube under the video.
Yeah, you get a 50-50 shot of me remembering to do both.
Okay, well, yeah, just let us know. We can always change things or whatever. Like
Definitely.
I say, every video, it's a learning process, and we're always expanding and trying different things and stuff as we get used to things.
But you know the most important thing? We have fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have
Definitely.
fun watching it. And that's
Yep.
the main thing is, yeah, you might make a little mistake, but we have fun.
So, yeah, we'll definitely be back soon with some more videos. We got lots of stuff to review. Not that our shelves aren't full already, but yeah.
Thanks.
We'll
Catch
be
you next
back.
time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.